Now we are going to see about register abstraction layer. So you in UVM register use these models. So there are main three steps in RAL. One is stimulus generation, then configuration, then analysis. That is, we are taking the mirror value, we are comparing with the desired value. For stimulus generation, we have three sub steps. Okay. That means firmware level abstraction of stimulus. That is, set this bit in this register rather than write some value to some specific address. It is a high level of abstraction. So directly in the register model, you can able to set the values. And stimulus reuse. If the bus agent changes, the stimulus still works. Okay, we can able to reuse the created sequences for RAL. Then front and backdoor access. There are two ways we can write the value to the DUT registers. One is front door, another one is back door. Front door is via the agent to the sequencer driver that's driving to the DUT. Another one is back door is directly to the hardware via the simulator database. With the help of HDL path, you can directly dump the values to the DUT registers. Then configuration. Register model reflects the hardware programmable registers. Set up the desired configuration in register model, then dump to DUT. That is, first we are set the desired value in the register model. Then we are passing the corresponding values to the DUT. There will be a component called predictor. Okay, that predictor will collect the corresponding value from the monitor and it sends to the register model or register database. Okay, that is called mirror value. By comparing the mirror and the desired value, we can tell that the same value which we write and read are same. In that way, we can able to verify the registers and as well as memories. Current state of the register model match the DUT hardware. The comparing desired and mirror value, we can say both are matched. And it also useful for scoreboard and functional coverage monitors. These are all the main components used in the RAL, this register model, and the adapter layer and the predictor. This is the register model. The register model consists of register database. Inside this database, whatever the registers and memory used in the DUT, the same model we need to implement with the help of UVM bridge and UVM mem. Using that, we are creating the register database. And in the register model, we have register database and also we have register map. Then adapter. So this adapter layer is useful to convert the register sequence item into a bus sequence item. The same way it will convert the bus sequence item into register sequence item. And another one is predictor. Predictor, inbuilt it has adapter. Okay. As like this adapter, have the adapter that is useful to convert bus sequence item into a register sequence item. So then sequence, we have a write sequence and read sequence. We are passing the corresponding sequence to the register model. It will behave. For example, if you are performing write, okay, so that as per the sequence, as per the constraints, given, okay, it will load the corresponding values in the registers, and through adapter these values register sequence item is converted into bus sequence item, and through this bus agent, that means through the sequencer driver, it reaches the DUT. During that, monitor capture those value, and the adapter convert this bus sequence item into register sequence item, and it will pass to the register model. The same way, if you perform read, it will pass the read sequence. Okay, the read value captured by the predictor, it passed to the register model. Here we will compare the desired value and the mirror value. Both are same, so it is working fine. Then RAL flow. First we need to develop all those things. I want to verify a register. Okay, first step. So I have register spec. If not, get the spec. Okay. Then I need to develop the register model. If I have register model, I can proceed. If I don't have, with the help of a tool or by hand manually, we can able to write the register model. After that, we need to create bus adapter. If we don't have bus adapter, we need to write the adapter. Then we need to integrate this with the actual verification environment. Then we need to create the stimulus with the help of sequence. If it is not there, we need to write the sequence, and then we are checking in the scoreboard. Then is everything is covered in the functional coverage. We are checking everything is covered. The register is good. We are saying that register is verified. So this is the way we need to follow. So first we will see how to develop the register model. So register model, that means register block, it consists of registers and memories. First we will see how to write the register, and then how to write the memory. Then the help of registers and memory, how to create a register block or memory block. So here register model can be created using register generator application. Okay, there is some tools to create the register model. Using that, you can directly generate the register model, or it can be written by hand. In both the cases, starting point is the hardware software register specification, and this is transferred into the model. For example, here field is the basic of the registers. Okay. Multiple field creates a register. The register consists of multiple fields. Okay. Field is the basic thing here. So we have a base class UVM ridge field. With the help of UVM ridge field, we can able to implement the fields. We can directly use, or we can inherit that, and we can use UVM ridge, UVM, all are base class available. By inheriting, we can implement the register class, memory class, and blocks. Bit or bits grouped according to the function within the register. Okay. This is the functional block. This is the base of a register. That means a register consists of multiple fields. That fields should be declared as UVM ridge field. And then register. With the help of UVM ridge, you can inherit and create the actual register. For example, if you have a control register, that register class you need to implement by inheriting UVM ridge. The collection of field at different offsets. For example, this is the register. It have multiple fields. Each field has the particular offset address. Not offset. For example, this register ranges from 0 to 11, 12-bit can hold. So this field, LSB field, this is a F1 field from 2 is 0. 3 bits are F1 field. Then 4 is 5. These 2 bits are F2 field. Then 11 is 7. Okay, this range of bits are F3 field. Then memory is called UVM. Memory is implemented with the help of UVM mem. Represent a block of memory which extends over the specified range. So here for memory we are using a particular range of address. Then block UVM block. UVM block consists of these registers and memory. Along with that we have the map. Okay, multiple maps we have. Then see map, UVM map. With the help of UVM map we can create the map. Okay, this map we are mentioning here. Okay. So inside the map what we need to mention means name address map which locates the offset address of the registers, memories and sub blocks. Okay. Also define the target sequencer for register access for that map. So inside the map for each register and memory we need to mention the offset addresses. First we need to create the map and we need to add the registers and memory. In that we need to mention the offset addresses for the corresponding registers and memory. And also it has the handle for the adapter and the sequencer through which we are going to transfer this. So that two handles will be available. We should include in the UVM map. Inside the map. So same thing I explained here. These are the fields. Register consists of fields called register, 8-bit register B, and memory have a particular range of address. In the register block, it consists of this register and the memory, then this map, address map. This is the address map. So this address map consists of offset address of the registers and memory, and then adapter, pointer or handle, and sequencer, pointer or handle. And now we are going to see how we are going to implement the register class. Okay. For example, control register is there in the DVD. Okay. So that register I need to write in this way. The control register, this register is available. This register consists of these fields. Okay. Starting from 0 to 13, 14 fields are there. So in between some of the fields are reserved. So how we need to implement this? Class control extend UVM bridge. UVM bridge is the base class available. With the help of that we are extending this control. Then this control we should register to the factory. Then with the help of UVM bridge field. I'll let you all right. For the fields we are using UVM bridge field. Using this we need to declare the fields. So here it is reserved, then ASS, IE, LSB, TXNEC, RXNEC, GoBC, then this reserved to so calculate. Except reserve, everything is declared as random because we are supposed to randomize the values of these fields. First we need to declare the fields, then new constructor here we are calling the super.new. So inside that we need to pass the name of this, okay, where we are using this control register the class. We need to pass the name, and this is the size 0 to 13 14 the width. And if you are not using the coverage, this control register we are not going to use for coverage model. We need to pass UVM no coverage. Okay, these are the arguments we need to pass for the super.new. Then virtual function void build. So this build is not a build phase. It is a build method we are creating here. Okay. So inside this, whatever we are declared here, for that we need to create an object using create method, and then we need to configure those registers fields. So ASS is the instance name we created. So with the help of UVM bridge field type ID create the name of the handle. With the help of this method we already know. Using that we need to create object for all the fields. Then we need to configure each field. ASS.configure. In the configure method we have all this. We need to pass these fields. So this is the configure method available in the UVM bridge. Okay. So for this configure we need to pass all these arguments. First one is UVM bridge parent, that means UVM bridge. This is nothing but this class control, right? So this you can pass. And then size, how many bit width. Okay, this field ASS is a single bit width, so you need to pass one. So this is only the character length is the 7 bit. So for that we need to pass 7, remaining all are single bit. Then LSB position. So LSB position, it is 13, 12, all are single bit, right? So there it is 0. There it is 7 bit. LSB position is 0. And then access to next argument, write read. Okay. Read write we should pass. And then UVM bridge data reset. The reset value. We reset value should be 0, so that we should pass. And then hash reset, so that this bit as reset means we need to mention that also. Okay. Then here one more bit is volatile. After access we have volatile, whether this bit is volatile or not, that we need to mention. So that is this one. 0 means this volatile bit, it is a non-volatile. If it's volatile, we need to mention as 1, and this is for reset, and this is for hash reset. Yes, 1 means it has support reset. These are all the reset values. When we reset, these are the values put for this fields. Then this argument is ran. It is going to support randomization, so that bit should be 1. For reserved bit, it should be 0. Okay, here reserved, right? So we are not going to randomize those fields. So it is 0. Remaining all are 1. Okay. Individual accessibility 0. So these fields we can't able to access individually. Directly through this register, control register, we can able to access the all fields of control register at the same time, not able to access a particular field. So I make it 0 here. So this everything we are creating object and then configure done in the build phase, not in the build phase, in the build method. So this build method we will call in the register block. This one. Example for memory class. So previously we saw how to write the register class. Now we are going to see how to write the memory class. Assume that there is a memory RAM. Okay. For that we need to write the class. The memory or model by extending the VM when class. The registers model treats memory as region. That means here memory consists of a particular address range. Then here we are class RAM. So this is registered to the factory with the help of UVM object details. Then new constructor. So here, so this is the new method available the UVM name. So suppose we are calling super.new, we need to pass the argument. Okay. So these are all the arguments we need to pass. One is RAM that name, okay, string name, long int unsigned size. Okay, this is 1 KB we are passing, PH 400, size of the memory, and width, that is 32-bit. Okay. And then access, this is read write access, and this is not going to support for the coverage, so UVM no coverage. So these are the arguments we need to pass. So these are the default arguments. So this is optional. If you want, we can pass, others no need to pass this write, read, and UVM no coverage. Then register map. So first thing we need to create register class and memory class. Then register map we need to do in the register block. Register block is the top hierarchy. Inside the register block we have the register class and memory class and the register and memory map. So first register map has information of offset. Has the information of offset of register and memory and subblocks. The register map consists of all the register and memory and its corresponding offset value. Offset is used to access the particular register. If I want to access address P, if I give the address offset as 40, that is accessing register P. These offsets are used to access those registers and memory, and used to identify the bus agent register based on sequences will be executed on. So this map will have the target agent adapter handle and target sequencer handle. Okay. It will be inside the register map. So how we can create this? First, these are the steps we need to follow. First, you should declare a handle of regmap using UVM map. If it is a register UVM regmap or UVM when map. First, you need to declare a handle. Okay. After that, you need to create the map using create map method. Then, using add rich or admin, you need to add or feed the registers and memory to this map. Okay. How we are going to do that? So UVM rich block is there. It's a base class. Okay. By extending that, I'm creating some register block called the SPI rich block here, and this will be registered to the factory with the help of UVM object details. Then this control register here. This example, I'm going to explain how to create. Assume that we have only the register, control register. For that, how we need to create the register block and memory block. I explained separately. We have a control register. This control register we already this control. Okay, control is class we created, right? Control class extend from UVM reach. So that is this one. Okay. That I declared here as RAN control, and I give a handle name as control reach. Then Here I create a map, UVM ridge map. Using that, here I create a handle for the map named as AHB map. This is the first step. Declare a handle for ridge map of type UVM map. So here I declare a handle AAPP map from UVM ridge map. Then function new constructor for this SPA register block. Here we are calling the super.new. So here we need to pass the arguments like name is SPA rigid block, and then here you don't need the coverage. You can give UVM no coverage. If you want to use the coverage for this block, you can use a build coverage. So this you need to pass UVM cover address map, so that each individual register and its address will construct for coverage. Then build method, here inside the virtual function void build. For this control register, we are creating memory using create method, and then we need to configure this control ridge dot configure. Here we need to pass this null, and this is just a double quote. Okay, what are the arguments we need to pass? We will see in this corresponding config which is available in this UVM ridge. Okay. Okay, this is the config, the method available in UVM ridge. So these are all the arguments. UVM ridge block. UVM ridge block, here are the name. So here control ridge dot configure. So this is represent this class. Okay. So this one argument we are passing here. Then UVM ridge file. So ridge file, it is by default it is assigned as null. So if you want, you can pass it. Okay. Otherwise, if you just pass the handle this, okay, that is null. Okay, then string HDL path, that is we should represent it as a string. So you are using this double quote here. Okay, to pass string. So if you want to send the path as a string, you can mention here. So after that, control ridge dot build. So this is the build method we used in the control register class. We use build method. Inside the build method, we are creating the object, and we are configure the each field. So after configure the register, we are calling that field. So automatically each field will be created and those fields are configured. Then control ridge dot add HDL path slice. So this is we are mentioning the HDL path. If you suppose we are using backdoor, okay, we need to give this HDL path. So add HDL path slice. Okay, we are passing two arguments. You see here. Add HDL path slice. So see, these are all the arguments we need to pass. On a string name, okay, that we are passing, then offset, then size. Then first unkind we have default values. So 3 arguments we need to pass. One is name, offset, and size. That we are passing here. Name, offset is 0, and size of that register is 14. Then this is UVM rigid block. UVM rigid block, if you want to see the methods, what are the methods available in UVM rigid block, you can open and see it in this link. Here I am using new. Okay. So here I am passing this string and then UVM cover address map. So what are there? If you want to see what are the arguments I need to pass, you can see it here. The new method, you have to pass 2 arguments. One is string name, other one is hash coverage. Default it is UVM no coverage. If you want to you check coverage, you need to pass the coverage types. So these are all the methods available in the UVM rigid block. If you want to get any details about that, you can click and you can see the arguments and why it is used. What's the purpose of each method? You can find it here. Then here inside the rigid block, we are instantiating the register class and rigid map, and here inside the build method, first I create rigid class and unconfigured, and I call the build method and I add the HDL path. Then I need to next inside the build phase, I need to create this rigid map. This map name is app map. So create map. So this is the method is there for create map. So create map, the same way if you go to the UVM rigid block, okay, and see, you can able to see the create map. What are the arguments we need to pass? Okay. So there we need to pass the name of the map and the base address. Okay, the base address is 0 here, and the n byte number of byte, that is 4, that is 32 bit. Then what is the type of Indian it is going to support. So I am going to create a map. That map name, its base address, okay, then n bytes, then Indianness. So I will create the map. You need to pass this argument. After that, we are declaring and we are creating. Then we need to add the rich to the map with the help of add rich. App map dot add rich. Add rich is a method used to add the corresponding register to the map. So this is the method. Add rich is the method. We need to pass this argument. Okay. So first one is control rich. Control rich is the register we already instantiated in this class, right? So that we need to pass the name control rich and the corresponding offset for that register. If I want to access the control register, I need to give this address, this offset address. So I pass the 32 bit as 10, and then access write read access I am giving. This is the way you have to add the register. All the register, you have multiple register. Every register you need to add here to the map. Then add HDL path. So add HDL path. So we should pass this string, which should be inside this string. Okay. Because in the add HDL path, it should accept the string. So within the double quote, we need to mention the path. Okay, in top DB inside the UT. Inside the DB only we have this register. So that path we are mentioning, and this is a kind of RTL. So default is RTL. one we can mention as RTL here in double quote. After done this, you should make block model. This is an example for register block creation. So now I am going to explain about memory block creation. It is same as register block. You can implement the register and memory inside a common register model. Okay. So here I explain separately. This RAM mem, it is the class we already saw. Okay. We created this class with the help of UML. Okay. Now I'm going to create a memory block with its map. So RAM mem block is extended from UM rich block, and this is registered to the factory RAM mem block. And in the function new, calling super.u, you need to pass the name and then UVM no coverage is default. If you want, you can pass. Then I need to instantiate the memory, UVM memory which I created, RAM mem instantiated as RAM1. And this is the UVM map I declared. I create a handle RAM write map with the help of UVM rich map. Then in the build method, I need to create the handle for this instance RAM1. Create a handle. The use of create method. I'm creating a memory. This is the handle creation. With the help of create method, I create a memory for RAM1. Then RAM1.configure. I need to configure that RAM. I need to pass this and this empty. If you want, you can pass it. Then I need to add the HDL path. RAM1 add HDL path slice. Path slice is for a particular memory. Okay. If you have multiple range of memories, okay, this particular range 1 KB I have separately. Okay, so that using path slice, you can mention the particular range, okay, of the memory. So this is the path inside the RTL, and this is the starting address or offset address, and this is the size of the memory. If you have multiple memories, you need to add all the memories here. Then add HDL path. So this is the design under specification with that instance name, and this is a kind of RTL that we need to mention in add HDL path. Then I need to create map. Okay, here I instantiated RAM write map. Then I need to create the map, and then I need to add this memory to the map. So create map, we need to send the argument of what is the memory, sorry, what is the name. Okay, first what is the name, and then its offset and the number of bytes it's going to support, and then what is the type of Indianness it's going to follow, and this last one is the byte addressing. Okay, we are going to access, we are not byte addressing means we are going to access whole 32-bit. Okay, we need to make it 1, otherwise we can make it 0. Then add mem, with the help of add mem, we are going to add the memory. For example, RAM1, here we have that memory that is added to the map. Okay. So RAM write map inside with the help of add mem method, we are putting this memory inside that map RAM1, and this is the offset, and access is read write access. So this is the way we need to create the memory model. Whatever I explained so far, this we are creating by hand. So this we can able to create with the help of tool. IPXACT, that is a HTML file. If you pass to the register model generator tool, so automatically it will convert that with the help of that details, it will convert the register model. So there is some advantage and limitations. So manually written register model has a limitation. If it is register is too big, it will take more time, and it is there is a chance or for creating the errors, potential source of errors it will create. The other reasons why using generator is helpful. So when you use the register model generator tool, okay, we can able to generate and regenerate efficient without errors. Okay, and it is commonly for it can able to see by the people who are working in the project. If you are developing by hand, you only know what are all the things you do. So these are all the advantages and disadvantages of register model generated by hand and as well as tools. Okay, next is going to say about adapter that I will explain later.